Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday evening. I hope everybody's doing fantastic this evening. Hi, guys, and welcome to Food Allergy Canada's Allergy Pals Monthly. So my name's Giulia, and I'm so excited to welcome you to this month's session. If you weren't here last time, here's how it works. We'll talk about a certain topic, have some fun polls, interactive activities, and question and answer time at the end. This month's theme is a spooky one, Halloween with food allergies. And to me, this is one of the most important topics that we can possibly talk about because it affects every single one of us. So guys, we're going to feature some different things today. We're going to have some stories, some trivia, some games, some question and answers, some polls, and so much more. So please, please, please interact as much as you possibly can. That's how these things are going to become so much more fun. So we have a poll question. So the poll question, guys, what are you guys dressing up for Halloween? So I see some superheroes, some athletes, a famous character, or other. And then a few of you may not be dressing up for whatever reason that may be. Maybe you just don't have the time this year. Maybe you're just not doing anything. This year, I dressed up as a famous character. I did Mario and Luigi from the video game, which I think is super cool. Okay, guys, I just wanted to give you guys a chance to introduce myself. So I'm Giulia. I'm allergic to peanuts, tree nuts, fish, and shellfish. My hobbies include swimming, reading, and watching sports. Go TFC, they're playing tomorrow, their first playoff game, which is Toronto's soccer team. My favorite Halloween candy is going to have to be either Arrow or Smarties. I am not very complicated when it comes to the candies I like. And my favorite Halloween costume ever, a couple of years ago, I was Pikachu, and I really loved that costume. So we have another poll question, guys. So, do you go trick or treating? So you guys can either answer yes or no. And I see most of you guys say yes, which is so awesome. I loved going trick or treating. And a few of you also say no, which is also totally fine. Okay, so can you guys, this is a question for you guys. Please answer in the question box below. Can you think of any reasons why we need to be careful with our allergies during Halloween? So guys, the question box is going to be on the side in your panel. It should say something it should say questions on your panel. If you open that up, you'll be able to see it. So we have a few people's hands that are raised. Let's see if anybody wants to share and speak out loud. Amy, what do you think? What are some reasons why we need to be careful with our allergies during Halloween? Jay, did you want to share?
Because candy is one of the main things at Halloween, so we have to be really careful if our allergies are in the candy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody else want to share? Pamela, how about you? Can you think of any reasons we need to be careful of our allergies during Halloween? So Pamela shares, I don't know if the candy is free of allergens. Absolutely. That's a very good point. Thank you. So Kristen shares because there's a lot of nuts in Halloween candy. Absolutely. Absolutely. There are a lot of candies with nuts. And Lynn shares because people might give out treats with peanuts and tree nuts. So a huge thing that I'm seeing a lot of people share is going trick-or-treating and the things that you guys are picking up may or may not have your allergens in it. And that is totally okay. That is something I think about all the time when I used to go trick-or-treating as well. So, what can we do, guys, to stay safe while trick-or-treating? Answer this question in the question box below. Or if you want to raise your hand and talk to us, we can do that as well. Okay, MJ, is there something that you wanted to share?
When people give you candy, you gotta watch out and make sure they're giving you candy you're not allergic to.
Absolutely. So one way we can definitely do that, guys, is just by making sure we're always reading ingredients. Thank you so much for that. Jovi, did you want to share?
We can help by asking, and we can tell everybody not to bring like peanuts and stuff.
Absolutely. Asking questions. I love that. If you are not sure if something has your allergen or not, maybe you can't read the ingredient list yet. Asking questions, guys. You need to ask your parents questions, your friends' parents questions, as many questions as you need to ask. Giulia, did you want to share something?
Sometimes when after I go trick or treating, I come home and then I like scan the ingredients, and my parents like look at them and see like the stuff I can't have, I trade them in. Like my parents give me the candy I can have because we have lots at home, so we like trade it in.
Absolutely, that's a great point. Thank you so much. How about you, Nadia? What do you do? What do you do to stay safe?
I go trick or treating and I trade it to my mom, and then I get money to buy a toy.
Wow, I love that. That's so great. I'll hear from 2 more people or 1 more person. Thank you guys so much for all the input that you gave. It was absolutely amazing. I'm so proud of every single one of you. So, some things that we can do to stay safe. Bring your epinephrine. One major thing that we can do. So I know sometimes that we can do everything possible to not have an allergic reaction, but we always also want to stay safe by having our epinephrine with us, just in case an accident does happen. So another thing could be, don't eat while trick-or-treating. When you're trick-or-treating, it's dark out. Sometimes you can't see what candy you're eating. It's best to wait until you go home, pour everything out, and then being able to read the ingredients and see what you can and what you can't eat. Thank you guys so much. I'll add one other thing because I know some people may live in areas where people give out baked goods for trick-or-treating. Anything that doesn't have an ingredient list on it, maybe we shouldn't touch. Thank you guys so much. That was absolutely awesome. So not all candy, guys, is created equal. So small packaged candy can be different than normal packaged candy. So a question for you guys, and you guys can either answer in the question box in your panel, or you can raise your hand and we can talk about it. Do you have a certain Halloween routine you follow once you get home? What is it? So Kristen, what do you think?
I think that we could we usually we dump all of our Halloween candy on the floor, and then um and then me and my parents go through it all, and we make it so my parents are or our parents aren't allergic to peanuts or tree nuts, so we give all of our candy that's not safe to them, and we get all the ones that are safe for us.
Love that. Thank you so much. So yeah, guys, one thing that you can do, you can dump out all your candy and then just pick which ones are safe for you and which ones aren't, and then do something with the ones that aren't safe for you. Either give them away or give them to a neighbor or give them to charity, whatever you guys want. MJ, how about you?
We wash our hands when we get home.
That's great. I love that. So you wash your hands when you get home, because sometimes, guys, you don't know what you're touching when you're out there. And it's so important to always wash your hands and to making sure that you're washing your hands very often to stop any cross-contamination from coming. That was great. Thank you. Julia, how about you?
I usually go trick or treating with my friends, and when I get home, we kind of go through it, like, and look for things I can't have. And sometimes me and my friends trade. Like, let's say they have something I can have and I have something I can't. Then we kind of trade candies.
I love that. Thank you. And let's hear from one more person. I see Jay.
I wear my costume and I hand out treats to kids that come to our door. I love seeing all of their costumes.
Yes, I love that. Thank you. So I also see Lynn shared, when I get home, I dump out my candy, and my parents and I go through all the candy to find the safe stuff. Love that. Someone also says, I always carry my EpiPen with me. Tanya says, I always wear my EpiPen while trick-or-treating. And Ruthie says she asks parents to read labels, and she doesn't eat it if it hasn't been checked. Absolutely. Thank you so much. So guys, huge thing. And I see a lot of you guys actually do this. When you get home, you're dumping all of your candy out and you're going through it. And that's a great idea to do. I used to do that as a kid, and that would get me to understand and recognize the candies that I knew weren't safe for me. So I would automatically, whenever I dumped it out, I would automatically start putting all the M&Ms in a pile, all the Reese's in a pile, because I know that stuff automatically was off the table for me, was not good for me, not safe. And then we would do something else with them. We would give them away. Thank you guys so much for all of your responses. So something else that you guys can do, you can trade with siblings or friends. I heard a couple of you guys say that you trade Halloween with candy with friends. Just because you can't eat a candy, maybe your friend can. Maybe they like that candy. So maybe they can trade you for something that you like. Somebody else says donate to others, which I love, because there's always going to be somebody who also needs it. Can we think of anything else that we can do with candy that we can't eat, that isn't safe for us? Julia, is there something you wanted to share?
Sometimes I give it to my brother or my dad or my mom.
Great idea. So somebody who's not allergic to it. So I see Nate says, we give it to our neighbors next door because it makes them happy and it's safe for us to get it out of the house. I love it. Great idea. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, so I want to tell you guys a little bit story about when I went to a Halloween party. So this was a few years ago. So I went to a Halloween party with all my friends where we were like, this is after we finished trick-or-treating. We would go through each other's candies, trade, do whatever it is that we wanted to do, hang out a little bit. And my friend's parents put a bowl of peanut M&Ms in the middle and then said, everybody help themselves. I couldn't tell them that I was allergic to them because they didn't speak much English. But my friends immediately grabbed the peanut M&Ms and brought them upstairs. So that was a time where I recognized that I wasn't able to eat something, and my friends and I were able to solve it. My friends were able to help me. So it's great, guys, that you're your own advocate, that you can understand what you can and can't eat. And it's also great that you tell your friends about them as well, so that they're able to help you when they need to. So what would you guys do if you were in my situation? Anything different? Have you ever been in a situation like that? Share it in the question box or raise your hand if you want to speak. Jovi, what about you?
I would tell my mom to give me my EpiPen.
To make sure that you have it, just in case?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. That's a great idea. Thanks so much, guys. Great ideas today. So how about Halloween parties at school? Something that you guys can do is bring your own snacks. Sometimes, like if you're having a school party, sometimes you might not know if there's going to be something that's safe for you or not. And if it's not safe for you, at least you know that you have something that you brought from home. Or if you're going to a Halloween party outside of school, let the host know about your allergies in advance. That way you can create a plan. Does anyone have anything else they want to share about Halloween parties at school or outside of school? About how you stay safe? So Nate shares that it happened to him and he left the party. Better to be safe or sorry. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. And it is something that you guys can definitely do. If you're ever in a situation where you don't feel safe, maybe the best solution is to leave the situation. That way you know that you're safe. Nadia, how about you?
You can bring your own food.
Absolutely, you can bring your own food. MJ, how about you?
I would just not eat a snack, and when I get home, my mom would give me a treat.
Very good, and always an option, guys. You honest, why do we need all that candy anyway? Candy's so bad for you. Maybe best to wait till you get home and have a healthy treat. At least you know you're being healthier. Jovi, how about you?
Oops. I would tell my teachers.
Yes, you would tell your teachers about your allergies. I love that. Thank you. Okay. Thank you guys so much for everything, for all of your input. Those are some great ideas. And I really hope that you guys are able to use them whenever you're in that situation. So guys, I have another poll question. And the question is, what color do people paint pumpkins? Blue, teal, green, or yellow? What do you guys think? So I see, so 81% of you guys wrote teal and 13% of you guys wrote green. So I didn't see the entire question, guys, which might be a little bit of my fault. So the question was, what color do people paint pumpkins for allergy awareness? So the color that we actually paint them for allergy awareness is teal. So you guys see that little bluish teal pumpkin at the side of the slideshow? That's the color that we paint pumpkins for allergy awareness. So a teal pumpkin actually represents food allergy awareness. And when it's in front of a person's house, it means the house should have non-food treats available, which could mean anything. Like it can have any kind of toys, like something else. that isn't food. It is not a guarantee though, guys, that the candy is going to be safe for you if they have candy at this house. Not a guarantee. So it's important that everybody still reads the ingredients and still asks questions when possible. So at the Teal Pumpkin, if you guys see the little poster right there, it says we have both tricks and treats available for kids with food allergies. So you have some treats, lollipops, chocolate, candy, or you can have a treat, which could be a toy, a little stuffed animal, a whistle, a pencil, whatever the case may be. So guys, I have a little game for us to play now. It's called Allergy Wheel of Fortune. So I'm going to slowly reveal letters of a special phrase. You're going to type your guesses in the question box, which is right on your panel. The first one to guess the correct phrase wins. Are you guys ready? Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. This is the phrase. Anyone getting it yet? Oh, getting close. Just a couple more. Ooh, allergies don't need to be scary. So I see a bunch of you guys got it. Let's take a look. So first person who answered it was Nadia, followed by Kristen, Nate, Ruthie, Tanya, Jay, Isla, Adam. Great job, everybody. Everyone did awesome. You guys are super quick. Oh, so my bad, guys. I actually got it wrong. So Isa was the first one. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, sweetie. And then it was followed by everybody else. Congratulations. So guys, allergies don't need to be scary. You can manage your allergies. We've been talking throughout this session about ways to manage your allergies on Halloween, and it can absolutely be done. So let's have a role-playing practice. So what would you tell your friend in this situation? So you can either, guys, write your response in the question box in your panel, or you can raise your hand and speak out loud. We're getting so much candy tonight. Let's start eating some to make more room. So in this situation, Pirate Boy here wants to start eating his candy while still trick-or-treating. What do we think about that? How would we respond? Nadia, how about you? I see your hand is up.
I have an allergy. I don't think it's safe.
Absolutely. That is great. Thank you so much. It's definitely great, guys, just to be upfront with your friends. Let them know that something's going to bother you. Anne here shared, I'm okay. I'll just eat it when I get home. Absolutely. You don't need to eat it in the moment. And so eat your candy at home where you can properly read the ingredients list. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I see somebody else's hands up. MJ.
I would just tell him that I'm gonna wait till I get home, but I'm not gonna say no to him directly.
Very good. I love that. Sometimes you guys don't want to disappoint your friends, but just saying, you know what? I'm not hungry right now. Gonna wait till we go home. We'll do exactly the same thing. Jovi, did you have something to share?
I would say I'm not going to eat my candy yet because I'm not really sure what the ingredients are, and I could have an allergy reaction.
Great. I love that. Just being upfront with your friends too, guys. Sometimes that's the best. Sometimes your friends don't realize because they don't have allergies, the stuff that you have to do to stay safe. So just letting them know may make them actually understand more. Giulia, how about you?
I would just tell them, sorry, I have allergies and I don't know the ingredients, so I have to wait because I could have an allergic reaction if I have something that I'm allergic to.
Great. I love that. Thank you. Thank you guys all so much for all the input that you gave. That was a really great one. So guys, I have another poll question for you. So this time the question is, what emotion do you feel before trick-or-treating? Are you excited, nervous, both, or other? Wow, that's very interesting. So nobody's just nervous and nobody's other, but all of you guys, most of you guys are both, and it's pretty down the middle too. So half of you guys are just excited and half of you guys are excited but still a little bit nervous. And that could definitely be because of our allergies. But a way, guys, to make us not feel nervous is to just keep going through and use the things that we've been talking about today to ensure that you're staying safe while trick-or-treating. You want to turn that nervousness into more excitement. So I have a little bit of a question period now, guys. So here are some rules for it. You guys can ask any question you want. I don't want any parent questions, just kids. You can either type your question or raise your hand to be unmuted over the phone. Keep your questions short and sweet. No medical advice, sorry. And one question each, 2 if there's time. So I'll start with a question that I was given earlier today. So what do you do when somebody offers your candies containing your allergens? So this is a great question. You can do 2 things. So you can let them know about your allergies and ask if there might be another option. So if they give you something from their bag, say, hey, actually, I'm allergic to this. Can maybe we trade for something else, kind of an Aero bar instead, or kind of a Smarties instead? Another thing that you guys can do, you can take it, but make sure you don't eat anything until your parents have checked it at home. So you can take it, and then that can be one of them that you give away to charity, or you give away to your neighbor, whatever the case may be. So how do you not, this is another question that I received. How do you not feel sad about not being able to eat so much of the candy because it contains nuts or isn't labeled? This is a great question. So it could be very frustrating, guys, if you know that you won't be able to eat some of the candy that you've grabbed while trick-or-treating. But focus on the positives. Halloween isn't just about candy. It's about dressing up, using your imagination, and having some fun with your friends. And also, hopefully your parents will help you to make sure there are some safe treats that you can eat at the end of the night. Remember, putting over that bag and just going through everything and making sure that you can find food that is going to be safe for you. Someone asked, what would I say or do if one of my friends offers me a candy without ingredients? That's a great question. So much for asking me that. Thank you so much for asking that. So if something doesn't have ingredients, my rule is to not eat it. Absolutely not. If there are no ingredients, I actually don't know what's in it or not. So I can't tell if it's safe for me or not. So the safest thing for me to do is to say, no, I can't eat this. It doesn't have ingredients and I'm allergic. Thank you so much for asking that question. So I see a hand up. Lynn, did you have a question?
It's Nate, but
Sorry, Nate.
you could just say thanks, but no thanks. Happy Halloween.
Absolutely. Love that. Love that. You can be nice about it, but also say no. Thank you. Okay, guys, so the next question I received, is it safe to eat candies that say may contain traces of? That's a really good question because I know so many candies near Halloween or the Halloween candy says may contain traces. So I think one of the best things to do, guys, is to just know that it's not worth the risk. Even though it says may contain traces of, you actually don't know if it's in it or not. It might not be safe for you. So if you're ever unsure about a product, contact the manufacturer directly and ask about the risk for your allergens. But in the moment, I would say not worth the risk. Do not eat it. Thank you so much for asking that question. So I'll answer one more. So what non-food allergy items do you love to get on Halloween? This is a great one. There are so many non-food items you can get when you're trick-or-treating. So it could be stickers, pencils, spiders, noisemakers, bouncy balls, glow sticks, all those things. So fun, and you get to have that for like a while. It's not something that you eat and it's gone. You guys get to keep it. You can use it every day. I think it's even better than eating a treat and then not having it anymore. And finally, guys, I'll answer one last question. How do I know a candy is safe? That's a really good question. Thank you so much. So check with your parents. Sometimes candies that we've had before, like I said with the Mars bars, can change when they're in smaller packages. Don't eat anything while trick-or-treating, and make sure you're always reading the ingredients. Thank you so much, guys, for all of your questions. I really hope I've helped you. With trick-or-treating this year. So, guys, I also wanted to tell you guys about more Halloween resources, just in case even after the session is over, you have more questions. So visit foodallergycanada.ca/Halloween. On that website, you have free posters, recipes, safety tips, and more. Anything that you can, any questions that you have about trick-or-treating or Halloween with food allergies, great place to check. So there can be tips to keeping kids safe at parties or trick-or-treating, helping raise awareness, or any free resources that you may need. So again, guys, it's foodallergycanada.ca/Halloween for all of your spooky and tricky tips. So guys, I want to thank everybody for joining us today, and I really, really hope you can make it next month when we talk about food allergies and ingredient lists. So the date's going to be on November 26, 2017. So make sure, guys, that you write that on your calendars. The time will be exactly the same as the time that we're having it now, from 7 to 8 p.m. The topic's going to be reading ingredient lists, and you can register for Allergy Pals Monthly at foodallergycanada.ca/events. I want to give a special thanks to the University of Alberta for the original online mentorship program and TD Securities for their financial support. Lastly, please take a second to fill in our survey afterwards. We really appreciate your feedback. Until next time, have a fun and safe Halloween.